Emergency medical services. Close your eyes. What do you imagine when you hear that term? Emergency medical services. Flashing lights, speeding ambulances, injured people, fast decision, lots of adrenaline. Yes, it's often like that. I know it because I've been involved in emergency medical services for almost 30 years. Over time, many things have changed. However, the need for skills, technology, equipment, knowledge and speed are still essential aspects for our work today. That's why I was very happy in May 1992 when I could start working as a doctor in the medical crew of Prague's emergency helicopter medical service, the first, best equipped, most skilled and fastest medical service in this region in that time. And so, through the years, not only via helicopter, I've been able to help thousands of people. When something bad happens and we come to the scene, we must usually choose one of two possibilities. The first is what we call stay and play. We try to solve a major part of the emergency right on a scene. The second option is what we call scoop and run. The problem cannot be solved on a scene, so the outcome for the patient depends on the speed with which we can reach the proper hospital department. You must ask yourself, can I help this car crash victim right here, or should I do only the most important intervention and race to the nearest trauma center? In other words, scoop and run. On the other hand, if you encounter someone with serious heart failure, you can do many things to improve their situation before you take them to specialized care. And without these procedures, they would not survive at all. In this case, you stay and play. What's the point? Different situations, different decisions, different approaches. In our work we see many different things. Car accidents, falls from dangerous heights, heart attacks, complicated childbirths, gunshot wounds, seizures, and many other situations where we can help. We use our skills, we use our knowledge, equipment, technology and proper medication. All we have, all we know, all we are able to do. And happily we are successful in most cases. However, speed and technology doesn't play the most important roles every time. Is there ever a useful but very different approach? In some cases, yes. I found it after many years of practice. We simply cannot save everyone. But not saving doesn't mean not helping. There are situations where success is based more on empathy, patience and ability to calm the situation on location. Success based on humanity. And that is the most important idea I want to share with you today. Imagine, you are called to 90-year-old man. He's unconscious when you arrive. His breathing is irregular and shallow. The family says he hasn't been eating for 3 days or drinking for 2 days. They say he doesn't want to be treated in the hospital, but now they simply don't know what to do. As a professional, you realize the man is dying. You know that his family knows it too, but they are not able to cope with it. Of course, they want him to stay alive. What will you do? What options do you have? As we said, first option, scoop and run. You can lift the old man, put him into the ambulance and transfer him to the hospital. He will be alone in an unfamiliar place, and after some days of surviving, not really living, he will die. It's simple for you. You just move him from one place to the another one. It is simple for those who called you. Grandpa is in the hospital. He will get professional care. It might not be so simple for the hospital personnel, but they will manage it. Then there is a second approach, stay and play. You can use everything you know, try lots of different technical approaches, use various medication. You can spend lots of time on location, but without great effect. Why? Medicine cannot defeat aging. However, there is still a third option. You could leave the old man at home and allow him to die surrounded by his nearest ones, family and friends. You could help by not helping. What do you mean? It is always a bad decision. That's the way millions, perhaps billions people throughout human history have passed away. Until recently, people used to live together in one house, 3, 4 generations, and care for each other. But today it is different. Many people live alone and look after themselves. When someone close to us needs time, respect and loving care, it can be a completely new situation for many of us. People today might have a lot of money compared to the past, but they usually don't have a lot of the time. Today's society is very busy. Today people often think that for all situations there are specialized institutions, specialized solutions. There is a service for our car when it doesn't work. There is a restaurant when we don't want to spend the time in a kitchen. There are retirement homes when we grow old and cannot care for ourselves properly. And there are hospitals when we are injured, ill or dying. So what do people usually do? They call the proper service. In this case, they call the EMS, and they expect us to repair their grandpa on location or take him to the hospital so they can repair him there. And if the repair isn't successful, at least they must not see the sad ending. But the sad truth is that the old and seriously ill people are often unrepairable. In these cases, your task as an EMS doctor is not primarily to help the patient, but to help those closest to the patient to do the right thing. Help them to mobilize their humanity. Help them to imagine themselves in the place of their grandpa. Explain the situation and engage their minds so they can form a mental picture of everything completely in context. Help them think about the wishes the sick person has expressed in advance, about his prospects in the hospital, about the life he could lead if he's released from the hospital after some time. Will it be life, any quality at all? Or will it be just surviving and waiting for the next hospitalization? Does he want this kind of life? And after that, help them to do what they would want others to do to them in the same situation, as it is said in the Bible. Is it easy? No, it is not. But it is helpful. Is it some kind of euthanasia? In no way. It is simply respect for a fellow human and respect for the nature. That is why you as an EMS professional will have a good feeling. You provided an important service. You did what was best, and close family and friends will also have a good feeling because they did the best until the end for the person whom they loved. What is the lesson? The greatest help can be to stop helping. So the next time you see an ambulance, remember, emergency medical services is not always about adrenaline, about speed, about skills, knowledge, technology and other things, but it is also about patience, communication, humanity and empathy. These help you to provide the best care, and this helps people to be satisfied with you and to be satisfied with themselves too.